The pressure is mounting at the Emirates, and Arsenal legend Ian Wright is sounding the alarm. He is openly admitting the team's recent performances are killing him as they struggle to maintain their grip on the Premier League title race. With a massive showdown against Pep Guardiola and Manchester City looming this weekend, Wright is calling on the players to finally take individual responsibility before the season slips away completely.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
It is not just the results causing friction, as Sporting CP captain Morten Hjulmand has launched a scathing attack on the Gunners' style of play. Following his side's exit from the Champions League, Hjulmand slammed Arsenal for their repetitive tactical delays and frustrating set-piece interruptions. He did not hold back, labeling the entire second-leg performance as boring and criticizing the lack of rhythm throughout the match. In a serious turn of events in Hinton, West Virginia, a domestic disturbance call has led to significant felony charges for a local resident. Officers responding to a dispute at the home of Bobby Meador uncovered a cache of weapons, including handguns and a rifle, despite his status as a convicted felon. Meador now faces 6 counts of being a felon in possession of a firearm following the discovery of the stash by deputies. Even as Arsenal advances to the Champions League semi-finals to face Atletico Madrid, the French publication L'Equipe is delivering a brutal assessment of their current form. They are labeling Mikel Arteta's side as toothless and boring, highlighting the empty seats and deafening silence at the Emirates, despite the qualification. The Gunners must shake this criticism fast before their crucial title decider against Manchester City. Stay updated on all these stories by hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications. Ever get the feeling you're watching a dream slowly turn into a nightmare? That is exactly what Arsenal legend Ian Wright is going through right now, and he isn't holding back. Imagine this. You've backed your club through thick and thin. You've invested all your emotional capital into the manager and the squad, only to watch them hit the wall right when the title is within reach. After that devastating 2-1 loss to Bournemouth, the gap at the top has tightened, and suddenly, that comfortable cushion feels like it's evaporating. For Wright, it's not just frustration, it's pure agony. He sat down on the overlap with Gary Neville, Roy Keane, and Paul Scholes, and he didn't sugarcoat it. He said it's genuinely killing him to watch his beloved Gunners crumble under the pressure. Now, Roy Keane, ever the pragmatist, tried to pump the brakes, reminding everyone that they are still technically in the driver's seat. But Wright is looking past the stats. He's looking at the identity of the team. He feels that when you reach this stage of a title race, you shouldn't be seeing these types of unforced errors. He's not asking for magic, he's asking for character. He point-blank said that once those players cross the white line, they need to take individual responsibility because, right now, the current approach just isn't cutting it. And it's not just the mentality, it's the medical room. With key players like Saka, Odegaard, and Timber sidelined, Mikel Arteta is walking a tightrope. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City are looking like a buzzsaw, chewing through teams and showing zero signs of mercy. It sets up an absolutely massive clash at the Etihad that could redefine the entire season. So, is this just a case of end-of-season nerves, or is the Arsenal project hitting a structural ceiling? I want to hear from you. Are the Gunners choking, or will they find the spine to drag themselves over the line? Drop a comment below and let's get into it. History is written by the winners, but these next few weeks will tell us if this team has the guts to write their own chapter, or if they're destined to be another what-if story. Ever felt like you were promised a blockbuster, but got a snooze fest instead? That is exactly how Sporting CP captain Morten Hjulmand felt after his side crashed out of the Champions League at the Emirates. Arsenal secured their semi-final spot with a gritty, albeit uninspiring, goalless draw. But while the Gunners are celebrating history, Hjulmand isn't buying the hype. He didn't mince words after the whistle, labeling the entire spectacle as downright boring. It is hard to argue with the stats, folks, with a combined expected goals of just 0. 93, this was statistically the most tepid match of the competition this season. The core of the frustration, Arsenal's tactical masterclass in killing the clock. Hjulmand pointed to the endless, stop-start nature of the game, particularly during set pieces, which completely suffocated any rhythm Sporting tried to build. From a neutral perspective, watching a game get strangled by dead ball delays instead of flowing football is frustrating. But for Arteta, it is clearly just business as usual. Sporting felt they were the more creative side whenever the ball was actually in play, but those moments were rare gems in a sea of interruptions. It is a harsh reality check. Winning ugly might get you a trophy, but it certainly won't win you any fans among the opposition. As Arsenal pivots toward a monumental Premier League clash against Manchester City, they will need more than just clock management skills to survive the gauntlet of their remaining schedule. Do you think Arsenal's tactical pragmatism is just a sign of a championship-winning team, or are they killing the joy of the game? Let me know your take in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button for more footy drama. And remember, sometimes the most successful teams are the ones you love to hate. What starts as a simple domestic dispute can quickly spiral into a full-scale criminal investigation. And that is exactly what played out in Hinton, West Virginia, recently. It was just after noon on April 13th when deputies were called to a residence on Greenbrier Drive following reports of a domestic disturbance. When they arrived, they were met by a woman attempting to gather her things and leave after a heated argument with her boyfriend, Bobby Meador. While the argument itself remained verbal, the situation took a sharp turn when the woman warned deputies that Meador, a convicted felon, was keeping a stash of firearms inside the home. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Meador actually spoke to the officers, claiming he was just trying to get his girlfriend to leave. He admitted to owning the guns, perhaps not fully grasping the legal gravity of his situation, but a quick background check told the whole story. With prior convictions for a third offense DUI and the delivery of a controlled substance on his record, the law was crystal clear. He wasn't allowed anywhere near a weapon. By that evening, deputies returned with a search warrant and discovered an entire arsenal. We are talking 6 firearms, including handguns and a rifle, paired with hundreds of rounds of ammunition and all the tactical gear to go with it. Meador is now looking at 6 separate counts of a felon in possession of a firearm. It is a stark reminder of how quickly a private dispute can lead to serious, life-altering legal consequences when prohibited items are kept in the shadows. What do you think about the severity of these laws regarding prior felons and gun ownership? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you appreciate the update. And don't forget to subscribe for more breaking reports. Sometimes the most dangerous things we keep in our homes are the secrets we think we can hide from the law. Have you ever seen a team reach the Champions League semifinals and receive a lukewarm standing ovation from their own supporters? If you missed Arsenal's latest outing against Sporting, you didn't miss much, and the French press is absolutely letting them have it. White didn't just critique the performance, they absolutely shredded it. They labeled the Emirates' atmosphere as numb with boredom and described Arsenal's tactical display as toothless. It is a stinging assessment for a side that is technically moving on, but looks like they are running on fumes. Watching them rely almost exclusively on set pieces is a bit concerning, isn't it? It suggests a team that has lost its creative spark and is playing with a sense of lingering helplessness. The report even went as far as to highlight thousands of empty seats at the final whistle, suggesting that even the fans had seen enough before the clock hit 90. Now, while some might argue the criticism of the crowd is a bit harsh, you cannot deny the validity of the technical critique. This is just the latest in a string of unconvincing performances that have seen Arsenal tumble out of the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, while their Premier League momentum evaporates. And looming on the horizon, a massive showdown with Manchester City that could decide the title race. Even Thierry Henry is openly questioning their ability to pull off a result against Pep Guardiola's machine. So, here is the big question. Can Mikel Arteta find that missing fire before Sunday, or is this season slowly slipping away from their grasp? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the chaotic world of football. In a game defined by brilliance, sometimes the hardest thing to do is simply show up when it matters most.